Way
how
to
it
shift the
works.
blame, Garwar.
Hey, it's what I do. That's how you manage.
All right, thank you for the follow, Cherry Cottontail.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So one more spot left in here. Password break the meta, all one word. And I use Band-Aids. I would hope so. I wouldn't want you to just bleed out, you know. Viana main, you think?
To be fair, the Band-Aid isn't going to stop you bleeding out, but yeah.
Hey, don't tell Shy Guy that.
Don't doubt the super glue, bro.
Super glue is a real thing, but that's only in like emergency situations.
Majin
But
QT,
yeah,
thank you for the follow.
You cut yourself deep and you ain't got anything around to do anything with it, but you got some super glue. I don't know why you would have super glue, but if you do, you just slather that on and
There
It's
you go.
mostly like
and
the
you'll stay
industrials.
alive. Yeah, you'll stay alive. It's not going to be happy getting that stuff off. It's going to
No.
hurt.
But you
It's
know
gonna
what?
hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Generally, being alive is better than not being alive.
Yeah, in general, I would agree with that statement. So it looks like we are going to see a couple randoms potentially.
Pyro pulling out his trademark desecrator. So we should see some turkeys flying around this game. I hope we see some turkeys anyway.
And yeah, Soviet Scout for Ronin. Ronin definitely. I like the crit. I think we decided to build him pretty crit based on our Sheeper's Guide build.
Oh yeah.
Although that is
secret.
for more like newer players. Just kind of like, hey, I don't want to use the recommended. What should I build? Like that's what we tailored those Shaper Quick Guides for. But yeah, it's all about the crit. It's all about landing it because you get so many chances too, and you're getting that empowered Q, like the bonus from the Q all the time. You're gonna hit that. You want to make sure that every time you pop that, it's as big as possible. So I think we like throwing a conquest in there as well once you get some power.
And then there's a
to
pursuit
back it
and
up.
justice. To
Well, the
round it
pursuit
out.
isn't kind of required. I think that was another one just to keep new players safe.
Yeah, that's really all that was.
He's all about skirting those edges. We're gonna see him in this game apparently as a tactician.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
It's
I would kind of hope
interesting.
that Chocobo and Celeste Phoenix kind of swap the
they're not.
roles, but
Yeah, it could be a thing. I mean, he's got
Yeah.
the tools to harass and stay safe. We'll see what happens. I'm more excited about the Jungle Desecrator.
well, we saw that once
The
today.
problem is I saw Jimberjangers. Go ahead, say something.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see Dragon like actually, instead of jungle dibs, you see how salty he is. He's just pulled
Right.
out Salith jungle. I'm doing it.
That was what I was gonna say. Is the only problem with the Jungle Desecrator is Dragain said he was gonna go full try hard in this game. So, and on a Salis was Terralthur can attest. Salis was my top tier jungler a long time ago. Like he was always been my favorite. Even when people were like, "No, he's not that good," but Salis pathing has always been OP. And his
Yeah.
clear's always been solid.
As long as you don't pull a Gasty, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like going
Just
wide
cue-
right on the
cue to
stick.
the side.
until
Yeah,
minions
cue to the
spawn.
side of the camp. Wait, you don't move.
I've always thought of him as like one of the strongest junglers throughout the entirety of ever since he came out.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people just really didn't give him any chance early, simply because Moya was so strong. So it was like, nah, screw it. Like people just saw kind of Moya and Petrus as the big deals and didn't really care for Salis. But I always loved the Salis.
Gentlemen,
I thought
Yes,
Minions
I hate to
have
interrupt you
spawned.
here, but we have some important things to take a look at as far as loadouts go. As far as Dragain and Pyro, I think these definitely deserve some mention. Dragain running his...
Pyro, Rainbow Hoplite.
Yeah, Rainbow. It's like all the stats.
Yeah.
All of them.
holy moly.
And Dragain running his haste build. So this is gonna be like talk about mobility. Like I love mobility Salis, but whenever Dragain pulls out that 34%, he really is tryharding.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get 40 like haste, like you're good to go. Like that thing is like that percent haste is all
It's
paid
brutal.
for.
Yeah.
And that's
brutal.
2 times. That's it.
And the thing is you get 20 haste anyway just with his W, like every time you hit it. So
And
all
that
you
counts.
really need is one time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, like hit that.
He's going to be a race car running around, but doing lots of damage.
And not only that, he's going to be locking up people constantly. I mean, the judgments will be flying around all the time. The penalties will be up always. Absolution will be on like a 45-second cooldown, if that. Just, my God. You won't be able to move once Dragain gets on you.
What I like here, too, is that... Oh, never mind, they pinged it.
Yeah, that's Steel. I was wondering if he was going to come around. Varus doing a good job of sneaking around the back. He could actually pick this kill up.
And
he's going to get it.
And the buff.
And he's going to get the buff.
Wow.
I would have left the buff. I would have left the buff for my jungler. But hey, he earned it with the kill.
He most certainly did. And the thing is, that gets him level 3 real quick.
Yeah. Desecrator's going to be feeling that, though. He kind of needs that 3-buff start.
Especially since, like, he was going towards that haste. Like, I think if he were going for like his like Dragon's Ugger, I think that would have been like an easy choice. Like there would have been no thought towards it at all. Now it just kind of screws out his route, like his route.
Yeah, and I think part of that problem is he doesn't really have good vision around. The Desecrator doesn't have good vision around the bot lane. There's only that one ward placed, and it's in the lane. So he doesn't really feel safe roaming up to get that armor.
And he definitely shouldn't, particularly because there's 2 pretty good wards from the Spirit side down there covering the bottom lane too. One on the approach to Parasite, and then we have our standard ward placement down covering all of the jungle entrances in the bottom.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Pyro... I don't know how much he's done his jungle. I know he does this in lane a lot, but it would seem like he's maybe a little off his game because he didn't even ward himself, and that's usually something you would run up and do immediately. So, we'll see. He's doing better than Dragain at the moment simply because he hasn't died.
Very true. That is always a plus. But I think he's going to go over and see his... Well, I mean, he has to know his armor buff's gone. Because he sees it on page.
We're going to see Salus kind of start picking up speed, though, because like he did pick up that hunger as well, and he's just going to start clearing these waves, like these camps really, really quickly.
Yeah, he has 95 haste already.
Well, that's when he hits his ability. Yeah. It already scales up. He hits a W.
But really, I mean, all he needs to make...
Seal's doing work.
Well, that and the blue buff. I mean, just the blue buff and the Spirit Seals, that makes his loadout work just for that.
Oh yeah, because he goes right now. He's got, for those playing along with the home game, he has a base. Hold on, let me let it once it'll die off here. He has a base of 28 haste, but when he hits his abilities, he jumps up to 95. So that's how much work that loadout does on a Salus. On a level 4 Salus.
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse.
Yes, Soviet Scout. Ronan is Tactician. That is why he's not last hitting. And I would like to point out that the Mortal side running that, I don't even think we talked about this, running that double 80 carry lane.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting to see. They've both got slows on them. They've both got good wave clear. They're kind of just going to shove them in like over and over and over again.
So make it an easy setup for the Desecrator when he wants to land his hard CC, so... Oh no, Snapdragon goes wide to the right, goes down.
Get one kill, can he pick up another one?
Oh, Solo, one auto attack, and Desi picks it up from over the wall. Style points for Pyro. But Steel getting a bit low himself, eating half of his health just from a little bit of poke from Michaela and Tess.
With that dive up there, like, that's kind of what I was saying earlier about using your Flourish as calm and then just waiting and seeing what they were doing. And that kind of made that dive work out really, really well.
Yeah, and you can't underestimate Pyro on Desecrator. Like, he will pull off stuff that you might not see a lot simply because that's all he plays.
Really?
I mean, he'll play some other things, but, like, really, Pyro plays Desecrator. That was a nice, what are we, Final Protocol?
Well, it wasn't the Final Protocol that picked it up. A good bombshell to follow it up. But yeah, if that Final Protocol wasn't split, yeah, that would have definitely gotten Steel all by itself.
Cover me. Get out of there!
He's already back up to the top lane to farm again, so that's how quick the Ferris can move through the jungle.
What is he building to move this fast? Nothing. He has nothing.
No,
He's just flashback.
Yeah. He's running a pretty basic loadout too. It's nothing. It's just a bunch of mix of stats, so nothing outrageous. So for people, I know there was a thread on Reddit talking about, oh, why did they use the rune system like LoL? No, not even close to the same.
Very
The
different.
free stuff that you get at the beginning of the game, it truly is viable, and then you can just punch in some extra stuff here and there, and based off what you win after games, and still be competitive. So.
Yeah, you don't even really need the big expensive Spirit Stones. I mean, yeah, they're nice to have, but you don't need the Ravager. You don't need all these other fancy passive Spirit Stones, but at least you have the option of it, and you don't have that.
Oh, Dragain coming in for the gank, but Ferris was already on the way out. He wants to get that check in. He's going to come around the side. Camera's not going to show it.
Looks like he wants to check the armor. Looks like he does want to take it. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take the armor. And Desi's not going to be able to be in any position to do anything about it, and neither really is the Mortal team, because they're kind of pushed up to their binding.
Wow,
But here
Spirit
comes
Side
Pyro.
should have seen that.
Oh,
That
it
was
doesn't
forwarding.
land on the soonest, but he does get the... Oh, never mind. Heavy Iron comes across. Wow, a whole lot of damage.
Yeah. Spirit Side actually pinged on him, or should have pinged on him. He saw him coming. He walked right through their ward, but they still stayed all the way up the green. I mean, they got out, obviously, but I don't know.
Maybe they wanted to...
on the Desecrator, I'd be a little more scared of.
Maybe they wanted to bait him into something? I don't know.
I would have liked to see them actually like force them out.
Fight the mid. Desecrator special coming up here. All these people are caught in the one little area, but he's going to go down himself.
Has
So.
been slain.
Never mind.
I definitely respect the like Mara and Ronan backing off.
Has been slain.
That waltz.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the only time I
waltz.
approve of waltzing in.
When you can get the kill. Exactly.
Yeah, when it's going to get that kill.
And there's your game with his ambition already, because he doesn't have enough haste as he gets low. He needs to have even more, right?
Yeah. Seems legit.
It's working.
Yeah, it is.
Put it this way, he's got 35 base haste. Right now he hits his W without a blue buff, it goes to 102.
Oh my
Cinni
God.
coming in from the
Rotation
back.
from Tess.
Like,
He did
yeah, I'll
ping
take
it.
that.
And he
Somebody
doesn't wanna
watched the
get
coaching
Chocobos
game
out.
with Zekent this week.
Yeah, no kidding. In fact, I gotta go back and watch that now, and I bet you that is definitely something Kent went over, because his Tess has the best rotatos.
That mount up move speed is just so good.
It's
Like,
disgusting. So, for those who remember,
destroyed.
Tess was revealed to the world at the Community Influencer Summit, which I was able to be present at. So I got to be one of the first like outside people to play Tess, and let me tell you, like she was picked in pretty much every game, and everyone was just like people were picking mount up level 1 just to run in and scout and get in fights and kill people simply because they didn't expect her to be there.
Right.
It was so crazy, so crazy. Still fun to this day.
I gotta admit, I haven't seen the mount up level 1 yet.
Not in live, but that was all we saw that day. Pretty much was mount up level 1, run in deep, ward like behind people, like you knew where everything was.
Oh my
Obviously,
God!
you
Here
did
comes
damage.
Ferris.
Steel.
Rotates coming in. Soon as
Nice
being a
block by
bro
Cinni.
and blocking, yeah. But here comes Dragain.
Dragain.
Oh, he bounces it perfectly onto Ferris, and that's a dead Ferris. Absolutely committed. I'm not sure he needed to.
Use band-aids, but they're gonna stop that.
Nope, that's just Soul Rend will pick up Cottontail, and Cindy's just gonna have to stay back in his binding.
Well, that was a lot of action out of nowhere, which
Yeah,
is what
no
happens with
kidding.
a Salus.
Alright, well, there's a low. Let's take a look at some items, shall we? No, never mind. Pyro comes in. He
Desecrator
looks like he
comes
wants
in
to
for a
fight.
gank.
Deathball comes down. Here comes the heavy iron, but good timing on a Soul Rend. Locking up Fenmore with the Desecrator, and yeah, I don't. Oh, here comes
that's not
Dragain
the way to
again.
go.
Has been slain.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. I was going to call this out at the beginning. Not the best gank to come into. Cinni was already about half health, and you know that Dragain is still around there. Like, he was just there.
It doesn't
Like,
matter if
he
he's
didn't
there.
have
He
time
moves
to
so
get
fast.
anywhere. Yeah, but that's what I mean, is he didn't have time to really get far enough away for you to worry about. Dragain's put some good safety work down. He's going to try to clear some of that well workers out. That final protocol is not going to finish him off.
No, it's not, but Michaela might. Oh, forcing out the
slow.
Bastion on a boat.
The shield was huge, though.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you drop that Bastion shield, which is what is it right now? It's 260, and then he has a 240 shield, so that was a 500 health shield that came out.
And that's
Along
when you
with
go
that
as Mortal
bonus.
Team. It's like, damn, we need a pain.
Whip over it.
Yeah.
Along with that extra 20 like armor and MR too, so it's just helping mitigate all of that damage.
Yeah, that is the great thing about the Bastion is that it does give you resist as well, which makes that worth even more.
Yeah,
They just want to shove this in. I think they're tired. I think they're tired of like having bindings up. Like they already took the top one down, now they want the bottom one. This is their thing. I mean, they've got that double range carry lane. They can harass this down pretty well. They only have one melee person on their team, so they're built to kind of chew bindings down.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, the Spirit side has good wave clear at this point, so...
Yeah, good wave clear and pretty good engage, too. I mean, Mara and Salas jumping in on you. Except into, like, Tombstone. That causes the problem. But here comes Salas. Double Judgment, double Absolution coming down. Cottontail will go down through that. Just going to hit the Force of Nature, but gets finale'd out of the Snapdragon. Oh my god, Dragon going to have to run for his life after getting drained.
Yeah, they're really underestimating how much damage Salas can put down with his auto attacks when he's running that haste build. I mean, once he hits a button, he's got 1.5 attacks per second, so he'll just sit there and smack you.
Ooh, look at that damage coming out from Calm right now. Steel, what have you got that's making you hurt people so much?
Has been slain.
That's
Bunch
just
of
the raw
nothing.
damage.
Yeah, that's just his scaling at this point in the game.
Spirit
Along with
team
the fact that
kills
Pyro
spree.
doesn't have any MR at all. The only sort of mitigation
This is
that
a
he
bad
has.
position with the mortal side.
Has been slain.
Here comes Dragain looping around. He wanted to land that on DeVito. It doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Soon
but he
she'll
pulled
pick
a
up
Gasty.
double. Yep.
Spirit team killing
That's everybody,
spree.
though.
Weak.
That was a delayed
Another
annihilation.
player
Hella
has
had
been
just
slain.
respawned, but
Yep.
that was the whole one in that extended team fight.
Alright, so since everybody died, let's look at items. Well, Dragain's going to come up and take this Parasite. I can't say I blame him for that at all. But, oh my god, really, Cottontail? I'm trying to look at items here. Seriously, dude. And then you're going to come out here and you're going to feed yourself to Fenmore, and so I have to commentate that and not look at items.
Yeah. They're going to take this Parasite down. I like this choice. I like the pre-15-minute Parasite because it is just pure money. I realize, sure, you wait a little bit, you'll get a buff, but hey, they got everybody down. Let's take the money. Free cash is free cash.
I was going to say, you wait a little bit, you don't even get it. So, you know, money is
Yeah.
greater than no money, right?
I'll take that money every day. So Ferris went back and picked up a Destruction. We do see Cinni with an Ambition and a Pain, so tired of that in more life.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Got a double Might out of Pyro.
Well,
He
that's
likes that
Pyro.
Might life. Vito just rushed a Rage?
I wanted to ask questions about that. I don't really.
That
I'm
looks
not
like
even
a
going to ask a
misclick.
question. Yeah, I'm going to say misclick and no. Like there are times when I'm okay with a Rage on a physical damage champion. I have yet to see a game where somebody's built enough magic damage for me to care about getting a Rage. But even then, Rages just seems
Oh, Choco
It's so
comes in, lands on the
lackluster.
Pyro, Soul Ring goes down, here comes the finale picking up 2, but nothing gonna happen from it.
Well, they're zoning out, trying to get consistent damage down on the binding. Unfortunately,
Call landed on the
wasn't
Soon,
there.
he's gonna have to Bastion. Bastion wears off, stepping on all the
Where's
eggs.
that final payment? Where's that final payment?
It
Oh,
was
she doesn't have
burned
it
earlier.
up. Dang it.
Yeah, she burned it last fight.
Ferris does have
Uh-oh,
the final
I use
protocol,
Band-Aids
so-
because I need a Band-Aid for himself.
Relentless.
Oh,
And
Vito,
here comes
you're so
Acid
dead.
Vito. ChocobosX chased him down. Gonna get rooted up by the King of Masks, so the chase won't come any further. Soonish looks like
Vito actually, yeah. Vito got away.
Yeah, Pyro goes down. Here we go. Oh my god.
A spirit player.
Dragain going down to the binding. Cinni trying to take out Soonish, but wow.
Yeah. So it's 2
Oh,
for 1.
Player has been
Oh,
shut
2 for
down.
2.
Ew.
That made it worth it. That made that whole fight a 2 for 2, which is wow. Vito's still alive.
I'm not
Pulling
sure
a
how.
Saturday Night Fever here. Just, staying alive, staying alive.
Okay, yeah, right.
No, we won't do that. Unfortunately, so when they pushed up and they were sieging that binding, the one thing they didn't have was Cottontail using the gold standard on the binding, which I think would have gotten him the binding. He ate a little too much harass, was actually getting killed, taking the binding shots, drawing the aggro. So when they did have that full engage with the heavy iron drawn across, that could have been the time just to put consistent damage on the binding. And instead he was standing around the side, like in the jungle side, of the binding, couldn't even attack it.
I think both teams could have taken either of these bindings a lot quicker. just focus a little bit more on that, and they could have gotten.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it brings it. It's 1-1 now. The Ferris was shoving in and trying to get the wave up to this binding. He's not going to get a whole lot of damage down on that, though. I think he wants to go take the route, which is always my choice at that point.
One trooper, to answer your question, yeah, these are open. So we'll just put the game up in between games, and anybody can join. But let's take a look at a few more items here. We went over. Oh no, but there's a duel between Dragain and Ferris. But yeah, that's heavily going to favor Dragain.
The drain kept him alive, but
No,
if he doesn't have a flashback, yeah.
And he just gets punched in the face with the lizard, and you know what? Then he goes down.
The other thing to take note of too is that Dragain is sitting on like 2 of the legendary items. He's got the ambition and the judgment, whereas like
Justice.
I use the justice. Ugh. Sorry, man, it is a day.
That's okay. It's just that that's a big deal with his build.
Yeah, normally you say
Yeah.
never rush Justice. When you're
mortal
running
binding
this
has been
build, you
destroyed.
can build Justice second and get away with it. But look at this,
Especially on
228 haste. That's going to give him 1.85 attacks per second.
His base is 91, by the way.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What were you gonna say though, Jimber Janger? First, they get into a
Goodbye,
14
Steel.
fight in the bottom and actually get a kill.
It was just that like I use band-aids is only sitting on that destruction, so it's just he was not gonna take Dragon down.
Absolutely. Vito's going to be next. Oh, nice golden
Having
comp.
Spirit double kill.
having felt the pain that is this 34% haste
A mortal
build like
binding has been
firsthand,
destroyed.
I know that somebody has to just be the tank
Spirit player
and
is
straight build
relentless.
an equilibrium and an adamant.
And take Wither. Because you got to have
And
all
take Wither. Yeah. Because there is no other way to stop Dragain once he gets started. Period. Like, you can try to kill him first, it's not gonna happen. It just doesn't. He's gonna just zip and zip and zip, and you're just gonna die.
Yeah, speaking of
is.
zip and zip and zip, Judgment, 3 seconds. Spirit Seals, 3 seconds.
Spirit team
Penance,
captured
four,
a well.
4.5, roughly. Absolution, a minute. I mean, come on, he gets on top of you. He doesn't need to build much defense because he'll just lock you up.
Yeah. And he's level 15, where the mortal side is level 10 through 12. That's what that fast clear, like, once you, it's sure, it's a little slow at the beginning, but once you just start flash farming, killing stuff, and picking up some kills in lane, you level so fast as a haste-based Alice. They're going to take this second one. This is actually going to give them the
Spirit
buff
team
and the
has
money.
slain the parasite.
I'm not sure how much I like Chocobos using his force
Soonish
of
in a
nature.
2v1 down here, hope at the Bastion, but Mortal Team's backing off of Soonish. Oh god. Well, they
Yeah,
might
I
have
don't
seen
think-
Steel coming.
I don't think Force of Nature was needed to kill that, but it's not like they needed it for anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's Soul Rin now. That's like a 330 shield. It's pretty big when you're running Destruction
Spirit
Oppression.
team killing
110
spree.
more.
Oh
like that. Like, hi.
The thing is, he's sitting
Hi,
on
I've studied
3800.
war for 30 years.
Oh god. Yeah, and he's still sitting on like near 4K Vim. Like, it's not like he doesn't
No.
have that extra power.
Yeah, he could go back and get another
And
item.
look at that, he just walks in Death Buff. He got so much MR, he didn't care.
I'd like to
maybe
see him
he-
pick up a Justice, actually.
That would be pretty cool. Cinni
double
loses
jump.
half his health to a Soul Rend. He'll get locked up by Pyro, but he may end up losing his life for that. Yeah, he most certainly will. Dragain with the double. He's got the... He has the Judgment up on IU's Band-Aid. I think he can get him. Here comes the Blitz. Ah, no. It's alright. Oh, Soonish. Second
I think
time he's
Dragon
died to
was
a binding today.
Has been
Oh
slain.
man. I think he was just worried that
mortal
he would have
team
died
has
from that
been
binding, because like if he'd
annihilated.
taken the repeated shots,
Mortal
it just
binding
wouldn't have
has
taken
been
him down.
destroyed.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is how you know someone's going try-hard, is when they rock into a custom in-house and they rock a 34% haste loadout. That's try-hard mode. That's the lowest I've seen his health in a while. That was like less than 300.
Well, that's only because Mikkel got assist from the Archon there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dragon's also sitting on 5300 Vim.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No,
Oh my
he's sitting on
God.
a lot.
Yeah, he hasn't. Well, that's the thing, is once you pick up, he has an ambition and a justice. At that point, you can farm the entire jungle like 5 or 6 times, get involved in team fights. Like, You heal so quickly, and it doesn't even matter. What does it matter?
You thought
50.
Moya cleared fast? Yeah, this is nothing, man.
57.85, and he's looking for more farm before he goes back. He's like, I want 6k. Just give me 6k.
He just wants to go back and straight up buy 3 legendary items.
Well, 2.
Well, he'd finish up his form and then buy 2 more, I think. And of course, he needs to get his haste up because he doesn't have enough haste.
Finmore picked up a divinity, by the way.
Oh my god.
But just in case he wasn't doing enough damage.
Divinity, oppression, wow, destruction. And I'm just going like, wow. How much damage does this do now?
A lot. That's a technical term, by the way.
Yeah, and that's going to be practically true damage too on anybody. Oh, that looks to be a wasted ult there. Band-Aid comes in, he's going to miss it. Reaver drops down the final protocol. And here comes ChocobosX. Final, oh my god, that's not a final anything. Oh, there's the force of nature is what I was trying to say there. Here comes the tailwind. Oh, half a Cottontail's health gone. Blitz
Nice
past
route
it.
to keep him off.
Yeah, good blitz by... Ugh, good blitz to get out of the capture.
Chump change coming out of McCullough.
Yep.
That's just what I'm going to call it when it's thrown out with no obvious chance to kill anybody. I'm just going to call it chump change. So the Ferris went in trying to assassinate someone. The problem is his final protocol didn't even barely took away Soonish's shield off his Q. That's a problem.
And even that, he still had Bastion in his back pocket too, so...
Yeah.
Dragon picked up fluidity.
Yeah.
Of course.
He shot.
And
He did that
equilibrium.
thing. That is haste on haste on
Oh,
haste.
wait a minute. One too many clicks of the flashback from Band-Aids. Man, it almost got him killed.
Here comes
Here's
Dragon.
Dragon. Here he comes. Cottontail's gonna go down. Pyro locks him up for just a second, but it's not quick enough to stop the kill.
So now I have to check. Chimperjaggers, do you know, is Destructive Influence playing in the sixth?
A mortal player has been slain.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I have to go check. That is the team that Dragain is a part of. That's why he has the DI in front of his name. So I haven't got to see them play in a 5v5 yet. So looking forward to that.
Look at this. 573 movement speed from Salas. And he's not even spamming W. Well, now he is, but...
Dang.
That's nothing. You should have seen his Freya when he had his blinding speed down to a 3-second cooldown. It was over 800 movement speed.
Mortal binder has been destroyed.
And
That's why I
Soonish
said
looks pretty dead.
I've dealt
That
with
Reaper
it.
beam.
Sucks. Soonish he looked dead, but he's fine.
No, yeah. A lot of people look dead.
Low health. That's what he wants to be.
Mortal double
Yeah.
kill.
Oh.
He was at FYI for those playing along at home. When he hit his unyielding march, he had 343 power. His base is 180, people.
A mortal player has
Deal
been slain.
dropping down to 5 HP
Mortal
before
team has
getting in
been
the clear.
annihilated.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, it does look like
Goodbye, Celeste. No, Dispel does not work on that,
Has
sir.
been slain.
no, it doesn't. So Destructive Influence is playing in the Sick Note Invitational this week. That is on Saturday for those of you playing along. That's also my birthday. So I think they planned that. They wanted to give me Dongate Esports for my birthday. Thank you guys.
Happy
Appreciate it.
birthday,
Happy
Garwar.
birthday!
We got you esports. Yay!
Thing you really, really love.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's joined by Captain Landfall, Artheus, Globalt, and DeWikis. So we'll see what happens. See what
Captain
happens.
Landfall. It was fun watching him play in Best Moyo World, and then of course we have Dragain, who is the reigning Best Nisa World. He just took that recently.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll see what he brings to that. Looks like there's about a dozen teams signed up for that right now. So it looks like that'll be a fun day. Fun day of esports.
Get to see that
I think
tournament
they're,
realm in action too.
Oh, are they doing it on the tournament realm?
Rumors.
Rumors?
I believe they are, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, Twerp was talking about it on
I'm
stream
mostly
and said he had to check the scores.
Well, they had a couple things they're checking out. One is whether or not they can get everybody onto the tournament realm, and the other was whose stream it's going to be on. So
Right. Oh,
now we see a
boy,
team
lots
fight.
on the Baron.
Band-Aid's going down. Almost took out Steel, not quite. Heavy Iron just to get him to back off. Chump change coming through again. Mainly lands on Mara. She was being the stripper catching all
I'm concerned about all this low
Wants
health
to
from
get
the
out.
Portal team. Here comes Ronin jumping in.
I want Pyro to go steal that. Steal it, Pyro. Steal it.
Slain.
Well, with Ronin
2,000
down, I think
health.
Pyro's going to grab it.
18, 14, 13.
Oh
No.
my god, there was a vanquish, but Dragon ended up picking it up. And oh my god, he's healing so much from this ambition. Holy crap, look at this.
Spirit team.
He's just healing, period. He has really
And
good.
goodbye, Vito.
Now that once they picked up the buff, is what it is. Once they pick up the parasite buff,
Reckless.
it comes with health regen. That gave him
Mortal team
65
has
health
been
regen.
annihilated.
So his health was just shooting up.
Well, yeah, and plus the ambition giving him, he had like 20% life drain there in that
But that's
fight,
only
too,
if you're
so-
actually attacking somebody. But even when he was standing still, not hitting anyone, running
Yeah.
away, his health was just shooting up. So.
That was amazing.
You heard it here, folks. Dragain was shooting up. What?
Binding has been destroyed.
Along with like that ambition passive too, so every time he was attacking, like he was just
Yeah,
getting,
he was getting a lot.
way more HP.
Band-Aids is just trolling at this point. He's like,
Right. I mean, yeah, that final protocol is just not going to do anything.
Soonish
Soonish.
is like, I'll
Oh,
get you anyway.
got him.
Oh.
And
Oh, that
half his
escalated
health from a
quickly.
wolf, and then where's the soul rend to finish it? There's the wolf's coming out, and oh
No!
my god, what the heck, Soonish? Triple. Are they gonna
That
give him
was
an
all
omni?
his health.
Spirit team killing.
Oh my god, here comes the Reaper beam. All the health coming back
Me.
from Soonish.
Me.
Nah,
Me.
it's gonna be too late.
Mortal
Look at that,
body
half
has
his
been
health.
destroyed.
That's wrong. He's got a command, folks. He's got an energy. He's got a
Now
desire.
Soonish goes down.
Been shut down.
And that was the
Dragon
first death
coming
not
in.
to a binding, but Dragon comes in. Speedy Lizard, as always, is just
Spirit
goodbye.
team killing.
And Vito's dead
He's not
too, the
getting out,
Absolution.
A spirit player
Look at the
is
cooldown on
dominating.
Absolution. Yeah, 27 seconds on his ult.
Mortal team has been annihilated.
Holy crap! Wow.
Spirit team
512
has
haste.
captured a well.
That gives him 3.1 attacks per second. So even though he doesn't have 80 carry scaling, he's attacking like an 80 carry right now.
And that's the key is you gotta build that haste up as much as possible and then use your ability, like your ult. Because then it is like 26 seconds. Right there. Yeah. That's just a disgusting build. Disgusting.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I learned that the attack speed boosters still get 1-to-1 power to attack damage. I'm like, what, you're kidding me, right?
Yeah, that's a little rough. I think that, well, I don't know. I mean, it is kind of these specific circumstances now that they really do so well.
The spirit team is victorious.
Well, I
part
think
of it
some of these
too-
edge cases almost need to be looked at because it's. I mean, I don't know how often that's going to come out in a truly competitive environment. We'll have to wait this weekend, but
'Cause
it
part of
is an
that is-
incredibly strong thing.
Part of that too is just like it's on a melee. It's very strong, but like they're also melee. They
Yeah.
don't have that. They don't have that range to do it. They have to gap close. You know, all the mages can kind of at least kind of cat back. You know, make sure that they've got a little bit of range between each other.
Yeah, but looking at what Dragon's saying in chat, he had a 2-second cooldown on penance. How do you kite that?
Yeah, it's just.
You
just a
don't.
rude,
You just
rude.
die, is what happens.
I mean, in that
You
case,
throw
you
your hands
can-
up, and you
Yeah.
walk away from your computer.
Yeah. I mean, in that case, you judgment in. You realize, oh, I don't want to be here. You just penance and run away because
Right.
you move so fast. Like,
And if you decide
Yeah,
you want to
but
go
it
back
does
in,
take a
Judgment's
while.
back 2 seconds later anyway, so you just fire it again.
yeah, it does take a while to get that strong, but once you do, you're just like a runaway train. It's pretty crazy.